Hello everybody, how y'all doing? It's been a while since I've been on here, and a lot of people's been hitting me up like, Jermaine, when you coming back on? We haven't heard from you. We haven't heard any advice or any opinions or your thoughts on what you think about certain topics. So I'm like, you know what? Inbox me, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, wherever, YouTube, and some people hit me up with some questions. So I'm gonna give my ideas, my opinions. Let me know what you think. This is a page where you can be honest. This is a page where you can critique or, say you agree or don't agree. I've learned from other people. So here we go. So the first question is, what do you do if you have two friends that are arguing, have beef with each other, and they are trying to put you in the middle? Or are they trying to make you choose a side? Great question. First and foremost, what you do is you back up and you mind your business. That's what you do. Of course, both of them are your friends. And there are some times where you may have to say, well, this time you were right and this time you were wrong. But you two have to deal with it because this is your issue. Now, if they start saying, well, you need to pick a side and you ain't loyal because you're choosing them over me and all this other stuff, cut them both off. Or cut the person off who's trying to make you do that. First and foremost, this is not middle school. This is not elementary. This is not high school. This is not Mean Girls. This is not Bad Boys Club or Bad Girls Club or Love and Hip Hop, okay? We don't do that because I'm not talking to that person. You're not supposed to talk to that person. That's not how this thing works, okay? Let me just get that. Let's just get that clear. So, if they're doing that, cut them off. I don't have time. Why should I have to lose a friend? Or why should I get involved in a situation? Y'all two have the problem with each other. Y'all two are the one fighting over a girl. Y'all two are the one fighting over a man that don't want neither one of y'all anyway. That's why you're both getting played. Don't do that, boo-boo honey. We don't do that over here. Once again, as a friend, I might say that you're wrong in this situation. I might say that you were right in this situation. However, because you two have the issue and because you two are grown adults, y'all two need to settle this. Because I've seen it too many times. People get involved, choose a side. The next thing you know, those two people that had a beef with each other are cool, and you're looking stupid because you done cut the person off because that person told you to cut the person off. And then you can't be like, well, now you know we cool again. No, you should have never cut me off in the first place. So don't get involved to the extent where you're choosing sides and you cutting people off and doing all this stuff. Let grown folks handle their situation, handle their business. Let them figure it out. Let them cool it off. If they don't squash it, you're still my friend, you're still my friend. What we won't do is when I'm around this person, they're not going to talk trash about you. When I'm around this person, they're not going to talk trash about you, and y'all not going to put me in the middle. Whatever y'all beef is, don't talk about it around me because I'm not in the middle of it. If you guys cannot handle that and cannot respect it, then I'm not going to be around neither one of y'all. Point blank. Okay. Second question is, when it comes to relationships, if you have a problem with one person in the relationship, does that mean that you have a problem with both? Or should the spouse or the boyfriend or the girlfriend get involved with the problem? Another good question. And there's many variances to that. It just depends. There's different levels to issues. There's different levels to problems. Where I think that someone, whether you're married or not, biblically, some people might say, well, they're one, so if you have a problem with one, you have a problem with both. I don't necessarily think that. Let's take, for example, professionally. Someone's wife comes to work late, leaves early, is not doing their job. Professionally, as the boss, I have a problem with that person. I may call them into my office and say, Mrs. So-and-so, you're constantly coming to work late, you're leaving early, you're not doing your job, or if you're doing your job, it's not up to par. I have an issue. I have a problem with that. You know what I mean? So now I don't expect for her husband to come to my job like, you got a problem with my wife coming to work late and da 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 da. Professionally, I have a right to have a problem with her. So once again, it depends. Now, if I was getting disrespectful with her or sexually harassing her, then yes, husband, come up, check me or check whoever. But I think sometimes with issues and problems, you have to put it into perspective. Or I can use one of my siblings. One of my siblings used to be married, and I have another one that is married. And I used to argue with my siblings sometimes. Brothers and siblings, they argue. So when I was arguing with this particular sibling, sometimes here and there, we argue for a couple of hours, an hour, half an hour, we were friends the next day. But when I would argue with this particular sibling, their spouse didn't view me as, oh, you're arguing with my wife or husband. They viewed it as, oh, you got a problem with my wife or husband. They viewed it as, okay, they're siblings, they're arguing, and they viewed it as a sibling arguing with their spouse, not another person having an issue arguing. Now, if I would have got disrespectful, said some really off-the-wall stuff, then yeah, I could expect that person to say, listen, don't be talking to my husband or my wife like that. But just normal problems, once again, it just depends on what the problem is. Y'all two are arguing about where y'all want to have, your mother's birthday party at. That's a problem because there's no resolve. A problem is a problem because there's no resolve. You know what I mean? So it just depends on what the problem is and why the person has a problem with your spouse. Then, there's some spouses that say, I don't care what the problem is. You got a problem with my spouse, you just got a problem with my spouse. There's other people that say, well, you know what? That's a problem, but that's something that I don't really need to get involved in. Y'all two figure it out. Y'all are siblings, y'all are longtime friends, y'all work with each other. Y'all are grown adults, y'all figure this one out. Then there's other situations like, you know what? They're not going to disrespect you. I got a problem. I do think it's disrespectful if you do have a problem with somebody's spouse and you're around them, you don't speak. You may have a problem with somebody's husband, but when you're in their presence, you at least say, you know what, hey, how you doing? To the wife, how you doing? And then maybe still have a conversation and maybe not say, but at least out of respect and courtesy, you still at least say something. You don't have to be buddy and hey and cha, he, key and a ha. You don't have to do all that, honey. But you need to at least speak. But to each his own. I don't just personally think that if you have a problem with one, you have a problem with both. Sometimes, the problem can happen and the other spouse is out of town or something like that. You weren't even involved in it. You may get involved because that's your spouse, which you rightfully have. Can. So that's just my spill on it. When it comes to being in a relationship and someone has a problem with the person that you're in the relationship or married to, and that's my spill on if you have a problem with someone or your friends have a problem or issue and they trying to get you involved in the middle. It don't work like that. So that's just me. It's your boy Jermaine J. Johnson and my new stage name, May J. God bless you. Till the next time.